The Ministry of Commerce, Manufacturing, Business Development, Cooperatives and Consumer Affairs has appointed Dylan Norbert-Ingles as the Chief Executive Officer and Shamil Joseph Pierre as Corporate Secretary of the Regulated Substance Authority (RSA). Mr. Norbert-Ingles has been instrumental in the development, revision, and implementation of the administrative regime for regulated substances like cannabis and radioactive materials for the past 3 years. The newly appointed CEO took the opportunity to inform members of the media of the availability of the draft legislation for Cannabis and Industrial Hemp Bill, as well as the Radiation, Safety and Security Bill, both of which are ready for public review.
It now pleases me to announce that the Cannabis and Industrial Hemp Bill will be made available today for public review and comment. The bill will be published on the Ministry of Commerce website, the Government of St. Lucia website, the Regulated Substances Authority website, and interested persons may also email info@rsa.govt.lc. That's info@rsa.govt.lc to request a copy, the personalized copy of the bill. We welcome all comments, questions, concerns, queries on the bill, as we seek to ensure that everyone has a say in the law that is developed and that everybody understands the law as it is.
Norbert-Ingles has promised to be transparent with the public as the RSA continues to carry out their responsibilities. He urges the public to be open-minded and receptive as they traverse these uncharted waters.
While I am CEO, I give the firm undertaking to collaborate with the media, stakeholders, and the general public in the revision, development, and implementation of every regulatory regime under the RSA. We ask you to keep your eyes and ears open for the announcements of the public stakeholder engagements, which will be coming to communities across the island, and ask you to keep your minds open as we seek to develop a structure and regulation for our modern society.
Commerce Minister Honorable Emma Hippolyte says both bills are expected to be enacted in the first quarter of 2025.
We have a draft bill. We definitely would want to have it before the end of this first quarter, but everything depends on how active that public consultation is and whether we have to go back to the drawing board based on what we hear. So I don't want to put a fixed date on this. But if all things going well, we would want to have it in the House before the end of this first quarter.
Director of the St. Lucia Bureau of Standards, Vernie Manuel, spoke in his capacity as Deputy Chair of the RSA.
All of our regulated substances will be substances which have substantive economic benefit, while they may individually pose some substantial risk. And this is the overall need for the creation of the omnibus regulator to be as efficient as possible and minimize any wastage while allowing the consuming public to access the benefits of the economic potential of all of these substances.
The RSA has been tasked in the first instance with developing legislation to implement a cannabis industry in St. Lucia, as well as legislation to regulate the safety and security of radiation and radioactive sources on island. The organization is also expected to assume responsibility for other substances such as petroleum, alcohol, explosives, pesticides, and toxic chemicals. For Choice News Now, I am Chelsea Austinay.